Hold on. Let me just get this.
I see Carla.
Carla's on?
Carla's on. I see her. Let me say hi to Carla.
Okay.
So Carla want to be invited as speaker.
Oh, she's doing it wrong then.
Angie Duran. Oh, okay. Angie Duran and I are here.
Okay.
That's what she's saying.
So that's another person that's going to be involved right now. Okay, hang on. I just downloaded something and it's not coming up. This is just, I didn't want to happen. But I really need to have that new one up here, you know? Because if we have a new one, I just downloaded it right now. Where did it go? Leo, I need you for a second.
Yeah, David's on too.
Because if I get this going right now, I will have it. I will have the new slides, which is what we want to. So, shit. Where would it go, though? Leo, I need you here now, bro. Leo. Hey, I downloaded something right now. Where would it download to?
Under downloads.
Where's that?
Type in here and then go to download.
Okay. Download?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Did it show you at all?
It showed, no, I just showed like it was gone. I mean, does it take a long time?
Depends on how big it is.
It's a PowerPoint.
Go on to Safari real quick. And then click there. And it should show up there.
So just open up there.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's regional training. That's the new one.
And then if you're going to save it, go ahead and save it onto the hard drive.
Okay, you can do that later now, right? Let's get out of here for now. All right, Nazir, I'm coming back to you now.
All right.
Okay, cool. So where do I open it up? Yeah. Oh, it's opening up right now. Okay. So I got some new slides. At least that'll get us going. It looks like it's just a team that's joining us today. So if you only see Carla, David, and then we're just going to introduce ourselves. Say this is our first, run at this. So they don't just jump off.
Did anyone come on?
Carla and Angie did?
Yeah, I called them. I was confirmed.
They have no one else coming on, right?
No, they don't. She was doing her launch, but she said that launch never finished.
Whose launch?
Angie's.
Okay, cool. All right, Nazir, I'm coming back to you now.
All right.
I'm just waiting for this thing to come up right now. So we're not live no yet, so just hang on a second. I'm waiting for this thing to come through.
We should be live. I have.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I'm seeing that we're live.
Okay, do you see them on here then? Okay, cool. I got about maybe 10% left for this presentation to open up, and then we'll figure it out. We'll just start going through it then. Okay.
So, let's see if Carla. You know what, Carla? Let's just see if she can come out. So. So,
what's up?
I asked David if he sees our face.
Okay.
So we lost David, which is fine.
Okay, I'm coming back to you now. Let me know if this time it might work, the screen stuff. So I have a new regional training up there now. I'm going to start it. You see the new one up there?
Yeah, I see. Tranont changed life. That's what I see.
Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna go back to the slides, see if it works like it worked with you. You just see me again by
I
itself?
see you. Yeah, I see you.
Okay, that is not good. All right, so because I wanted to show the presentation like you were showing it down here, but I guess it's not working for any one of us.
You,
I'm doing everything right here.
if you want to email it to me, and then tell me to flip through the slides as you need me to, maybe we can do it that way as a workaround.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Let me just email it to you. Give me 1 second here. Uh, I just don't get it. It should work, you know. The
Right.
second time, because it worked the last time, one time that we did it, but I'm forwarding it to you right now. All right, it just sent right now. So we're just going with Tranont here. And it's perfect because, you know, the briefing's on there. You can see everything right now, right? But once you launch it, it's easier for us to talk about it. Okay, cool. That's where I end. And that's it, and then you take over again. So we are live now, right, Nusrat?
We are live. Carla can finally see us.
Okay, cool. I just send you that information right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, since we're doing video broadcasting, we. Okay, so David sees us on YouTube, which is fine, because some people who are not in front of their laptops or they have Macs, then what happens is that it shoots them to YouTube. Um, okay, I cannot open up my.
I can't see everyone being down. I can't see everyone. I can't see everyone's
Right,
thing.
so just go ahead, 2 fingers,
Mhm.
and then bounce it up.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, now the top is okay. I have a Mac. That's what it is. I have a Mac too. So I guess it doesn't work. What we need to do with this, like what I was trying to do is show them like I was trying to show them like the whole presentation, but they only going to see a little part of it.
Oh,
But he can probably do it.
then you can do like a share screen.
Yeah,
And
he's doing it right now. Then we're gonna get started.
All right, I'm trying to download your file, your PowerPoint.
What happened? I'm sorry.
I'm trying to power it. My connection is so slow because of the
Webinar.
webinar. Yeah, you forgot to attach it.
No, I forwarded to you.
Oh, did you do it through your phone?
Yeah, let me do it through the.
Yeah, if you did it through your phone, then that means that.
Hold on, I am on it here, so. I just sent it to my computer now. You should get it in a minute now. Yeah, I ate already.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Okay. I sent that already to you, so you should be fine.
Okay. We got to do it some other way because for some reason I can't open the file. Um, shoot. Let's just try doing it through yours. Just don't go into presentation mode. Let's just do it that way, and then we'll have to
Okay.
figure out how you do it, how to do it in presentation mode. Sounds good?
Sounds good. Thank you. Give me
Yeah,
one
let's
second
get
here.
going.
All right.
All right. So, everyone, this is Nazareth Beg. Thank you for joining us this evening for our webinar. What we wanted to give you. Oh, can you see me?
I can see you.
Okay.
YouTube version number.
Yeah, I'm getting kicked out. I'm getting kicked out of my own webinar.
I was wondering what's going on.
Yeah. So, again, my name is Nazareth Beg. What I'm hoping that you get out of this webinar at the very least is that you have an understanding of what a money plan is. You have an understanding that how much value there is in the current income that you're bringing in, how much taxes you are overpaying, and really how much you can leverage by having a home business. So let me quickly go through my introduction so you get to know a little bit about me and what I'm about, and then my colleague Arturo Aguilar, what he will do is introduce himself. Both of us have been really successful entrepreneurs. We're Chicago natives, but what we're really passionate about is entrepreneurship. And not just entrepreneurship where we're not adding value to anyone else, but entrepreneurship where we're helping each other and other folks as well. So let's get started. I'm going to show you my slides that I put together, and then I'm going to switch it over to Arturo so he can talk about his slides and introduce himself as well. So again, Chicago native, graduated with a bachelor's degrees in computer science. After I graduated with my bachelor's, I did software development for about 10 years, and then I decided to go for my MBA. And then from there, I wanted to get into sales and operations, and I did that. Along with that, I started a company, was a chief operating officer. And then for other startups, I was mostly in the sales and operations of their companies. So help startups and entrepreneurs really build their companies, get them venture capital funding, and then really help them exit and be successful from there on. I'm married. I'm a father of 4. So what I decided was that I really want to spend a lot more time with my family. What happened was that as my skills grew, as my experience grew, a lot of my time was taken away from a full-time job. And nowadays, full-time jobs are really not 40 hours a week. They're more like 50, 60, 80 hours a week. And if you are your own business owner like Arturo, then really the business starts owning you, and he'll talk about how his operation works in his business and why he's looking at other alternatives. So when I decided to start working for myself on the side as a home business owner, so it's like a side project for me along with my full-time job. So this is what my breakdown was, my expenses as an entrepreneur. So on a yearly basis, I would spend about like $900 a year, and that's for getting myself incorporated, spending money on contracts and making sure that they are in shape. So when I have customers, I send them a contract making sure I'm covered in all kinds of liabilities. And if I have suppliers, people who I partner with, I send them a contract to do a partnership, and then again, it shows that I'm covered in all liabilities. And then accountant. Now my accountant is not cheap at all. My accountant charges me $300 for my personal income tax for my wife and I, and then he charges another $400 for my business tax return. So he's not cheap. And then bookkeeping and expense tracking. This is like a expense tracking software that you have on your mobile phone. I was paying for like QuickBooks mobile phone for like $45 or $40 a month. So altogether it was like $40 a year. And then identity protection for my wife and I. And I'll talk a little bit about why identity protection is so important and what happens. Identity theft is one of the most fastest growing crimes in the U.S. and why that protection is important. So my wife and I were paying $50 each, so it was $100 a month for us. And then for the credit repair service, I really didn't subscribe to, but I'll talk a little bit about why Tranont thinks this is very important. And then tech support and repair. If my laptop is down, then basically I'm not making any money. So it is very crucial for me to have a tech support service, whether it's Best Buy's Geek Squad or some other tech support service through HP, which I have my laptop through. Really, it's a pain in the butt for me to be down, and it's very costly. So that's why there's tech support services out there that range from $250 to $500 that I have to spend on a yearly basis to make sure my computer is up and running and smoothly. For example, if my laptop's webcam was broken, instead of me sending it to HP for repair and I don't get it back for a week, I just went out and bought a webcam for like $50, and that adds to my expenses on a yearly basis. So this is over like $3,000 of expenses that I had to incur. So this is where Tranont, comes in and saves my butt as an entrepreneur. I believe that the core services that Tranont offers to a family or an entrepreneur are crucial services that almost everyone needs. So, for example, Tranont OneView. Tranont OneView is a great solution for me because my wife and I, although once we put our incomes together, and we're both very successful in our fields, in our relative fields, we still at the end of the month we don't know where all of our money went. And although our car payments are on auto pay and our mortgage is on auto pay and a couple other expenses are on auto pay, we still don't understand where all of our money goes. So Tranont OneView really helps us understand where our monthly expenses are going. And so with the current income that we're bringing in, without any idea, we were just broke at a higher level. I'm sure a lot of you can relate that at the end of the month you feel like you should have had more in your hand, but you really don't. So Tranont OneView brings that to light by pulling in all the data from your credit cards, your bank accounts, and seeing what's the income coming in and then the expenses going out. Tranont Defend, this is a very good product for you to protect yourself from identity theft, with antivirus, with constantly monitoring if your accounts are getting hacked, if your Facebook is getting hacked, or any of that stuff. I have 4 little kids. I want to make sure that they are not, in any way getting bullied or becoming a victim of a cyber crime themselves because they might insert their information. Tranont Legal, this is very good for me to have as much as my wife and I, we use, we need documents notarized. We sometimes need to have a letter written out to someone who is, if they're doing something on our property, for example, if there's someone that's doing construction and they're causing some harm to our own property, we'd like to, if we've gone beyond reason of that person, and then we need just a legal representative to help us understand what our legal rights are, and then help us write a letter on our behalf, that's where Tranont Legal comes in. Also, for our 4 kids, what we'd like to do is actually create a will and make sure that they're protected, and whatever we leave behind for our kids, that we have correct legal services in place that will help all our children get the inheritance that they need and deserve. And then Tranont tax preparation. This is a very cool solution for me as a home business owner, where on a quarterly basis, the Tranont tax team reviews my tax position to make sure that I'm maximizing all my deductions for my home business. All right. So although I'm getting a W-2 on my full-time job, and then my home business allows me to, maximize the deductions that a home business owner allows. Basically, the government allows a home business to take advantage of. So tax preparation services from Tranont definitely helps a lot. And then Tranont credit services. I know a lot of folks, due to the 2008 crash, the Great Recession really took a toll on a lot of people's credit. I know it took a toll on my credit, and so Tranont credit services can really help out by some really easy ways to increase your credit score, and then help you find a way to get some of these bad debt off of your plate, or bad items on your credit report that are pulling your credit score down. So just a quick example of one of the Tranont tools is this thing called TaxBot. And so just to give you an idea of how cool and awesome these Tranont tools are, so I downloaded this to my phone, and this is a screenshot of the TaxBot app on my phone. And I keep this on all the time, the Tranont TaxBot. And every time I drive somewhere, and take a trip for a business meeting or personal meetings or whatever, I keep this on all the time. So there's 94 trips that I have to classify whether or not those were business trips or personal trips. And really, 94 of them, those are actually personal trips that I don't want to classify in any way. But outside of that, the ones that I did classify as my business trips, and really, I just started this TaxBot app. I've classified about 6 trips that are business trips, and TaxBot calculates my total deductions right away, which is amazing. So there's really, and this is an estimate. It doesn't tell you exactly. It gives you an estimate total deductions. And then allows you to take a picture of like a receipt if you've taken someone out for lunch, and it's an expensive. You can expense that as a business lunch. That's only if you talk about you're a business. So if I went somewhere and I met, John Smith somewhere, so I can deduct that trip and deduct that lunch expense for that meeting that I had with John Smith, and I talked to him about my home business. All right, and then also income. If anybody writes me a check for any of my other businesses, then I can track that here. So you don't have to. One thing I'd like to highlight is that you don't have to give up your current business. Like if you're doing real estate, if you're a real estate agent, or if you're a life insurance agent, or if you're doing some other network marketing business, Tranont is essential. The Tranont core services, and I'll back up a little bit, are essential services that every entrepreneur and home business owner needs. So don't think of it as a rip and replace of any other business. Think of it as a complement to any of your other businesses, and you're driving your expenses down. Right now, this is $3,000 a year for me, and I'm driving it down to one low monthly payment that Arturo will talk about in just a second. So Arturo, I'll hand it over to you, and I'll let you drive it from there.
Okay, perfect. Can everyone hear me? Okay, perfect. Well, first of all, I want to give it back to Mr. Nusrat Beg. I'm very, very excited to be working with an individual of his caliber. It's very difficult to work with people with MBAs because they have a lot of, they're making a lot of money already, but they obviously see the value and interested in continuing to make more money so they have more time with their family. So I'm very, very excited to be working with a gentleman of his caliber, and I couldn't be any happier. I'm just going to get started and really, really quick give you guys a little bit of my background. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I got involved in direct sales and network marketing a few years ago. I was just sick and tired of working for somebody else. You know, I was found myself working 10 to 12 hours a day, not making the kind of money that I wanted to make. I was just trading time, you know, for money. You know, like we like to say, hours for dollars. You know, when I wasn't working, I wasn't getting paid. I was tired of not being able to take the vacations that I wanted to take. And, you know, and that was pretty much it. I didn't have time to hang out with my family. I was, you know, working from 6 in the morning, and I wasn't getting home till about 6 p.m. in the evening. I was just sick and tired of that. So I wanted to find a different way of making money, and I decided to start my own business, which is a third-party logistics company. And what I even realized with that even when you're working for yourself, you put a lot of time also. So, you know, it's like your business owns you instead of you owning your business. So I decided there had to be something else out there. And a few years ago, I was introduced to direct sales. I fell in love with the concept. I fell in love with the idea of helping other individuals want to live a financial free lifestyle. And that's where I'm at today. I got introduced to Tranont. And we've been doing a lot of really, really good things here in the Chicago market and across the nation. So we're excited about the opportunity because it's only going to continue to grow. Every company that starts off like we're doing right now, we are just booming. We are getting noticed everywhere. We have a lot of companies trying to figure out how we're doing this, why we're doing this, and they just want to jump on board because they see our compensation plan is second to none. I will talk to you guys a little bit about that later on, but I just wanted to give you some information about Tranont. So I'm about to get started by bringing up some slides up here that we're going to go over through really, really quick. Mr. Newsworth did a fantastic presentation on the services and why we value the core services so much. You know, Tranont's been around for about 3 years now, and our mission is just to change the world's economy one household at a time. I don't know if you guys can see this. If you guys can, let me know. So we're just going to start going down these slides. You know, we obviously offer financial education at its best. We have an awesome training. Our tools are, like I stated, second to none. Mr. Newsworth talked a little bit about those. I want to talk a little bit more about some of the strategic partnerships that we have with other companies, such as Dish Network and DirecTV, Jive, National Processing, and other companies that obviously not listed all on this page here right now. But what you're seeing right now is it's another side of making money. It's called residual income. You know, the core services are the core of how we're going to help you come up with more money and make more money. And at the end of the day, you'll be able to save a lot of money with these services. But we also have an opportunity to make money, and that's what we're interested in. So, like I said, we have satellite TV. We have merchant services. Imagine getting paid every single time somebody swipes a credit card. We have business phones with contracts or no contracts. We also have a partner company called Tranont Life, which we'll talk about at a later time for those that are interested. We talked about Tranont Tax Preparation and Services. We talked about credit services. We also have solar energy now we're offering, and Tranont Business Defend also for businesses, not just for family or individuals. We have Tranont background checks, and we have InfoSave. We have a lot of services where we can really make a lot of money. A lot of people always ask me, you know, what is residual income? What most of us are currently working on is linear income. So we find ourselves consistently working for somebody else, you know, trading time for money, hours for dollars. Like I stated earlier, residual income is practically getting paid over and over and over again for doing something once. What's awesome about what we do here is based on those companies that I just showed you, we have a residual service, a residual income of up to 30%, which is awesome. It's by far the biggest compensation residual out there as far as a plan is concerned. I've worked with other companies where you got up to 10%, and which was nothing. So here, based on what you're seeing here, for personal customer acquisition, you would receive up to 30% on your personal customers. So what does that mean? If you have 1 to 10 customers, you're going to refer these customers, so you don't have to even learn any of this information. We just have to learn a little bit so that we can introduce it to the customer, the potential customer, and then we just refer each potential customer to the services, and they will go ahead and close out the customer for you. You're looking at 10% from 1 through 10 customers. 11 to 20 customers, you have 15%. After 21 customers, it's where it goes up to 30%. What I love about this is the example is very, very easy. If we were at 21 services today and we average about $100 a month in commission or billing revenue, you're looking at around $2,100 a month in commission or billing revenue. Times 30%, it's about $630 per month. Now that's a residual income of about $7,560 annually. So think about this. What would you have to do to make an additional $7,560 a year? Probably work a lot more. Maybe take on a part-time job or have to work more as far as getting overtime and things like that. Things that you don't want to do. So with us, we say, it takes time, but it depends all on you. How much time are you willing to put to get these customers in, and we can get you at a residual higher than that. Now, we're going to go down to the next slide and talk a little bit about how you get started with this business. Now, to become a Tranont associate, those core services that Mr. Nusrat Beg went over, those services that he's been using, those services that I've been using, and a lot of other individuals are now being a part of because they see such value in those services. It's $125 a month. That's how much the service is going to cost you every single month. Now, the first month is free. Just to get involved in Tranont, you're going to be looking at a one-time fee of $349, which is going to include your first month of all the services. So you have an opportunity to start on them within your first 24 hours, within your first hour if you want to. We'll definitely work with you. Now, like you guys know already, Tranont provides financial education. We have a marketing platform ready for you, business management application that's second to none, US-based customer support. So you'll have the opportunity to talk to someone here in the States and not someone outside of the country. And, right now, we're just, like I stated, we're just in Canada and the United States, and, we can be part of a global expansion. Now, what do we need from you is we just need you to plug into the system. We're going to have webinars. We're going to have lots of trainings online. We also have events that you can attend. Now, if you're going to pioneer a brand new market, don't be scared. We're going to be there for you. We're going to go out there, as soon as we get a chance and start building with you. So you don't have to worry too much about, opening up Tranont in a brand new market because we're going to be there for you to pioneer it. We'll train you on how to acquire customers using the system, and we'll help you have other associates do the same exact thing. One second here. I'm going to go down to a next slide here. Now, I want to talk to you about some of the team bonuses and how we can get that $125 a month practically almost wiped off and only pay about $25 a month with that. So when you get involved with Tranont, our first monthly team bonus is for personally sponsoring 3 active associates. Now, what I love about this is that Tranont services are so good that once you start using them, you're going to talk to people about them. And I guarantee you're going to find 3 people that are going to want to take advantage of those core services. So the moment that you sponsor 3 active associates, the company will start paying you $100, but they also have to be on the core services themselves. Now, the other thing that we have is a car bonus. That's another way that we get paid. We like to call it Drive to Financial Consultant. Now, after you personally sponsor 3 active associates and maintain a $1,200 of points in group volume, you qualify for a car bonus of $250 a month. So how does that work? It's very, very simple. You see you, and then the 3 associates that you introduce to this business, we're going to help those associates look for 3 individuals themselves. Now, mind you, you can get as many people as you want. We've been getting more people, and through what we're doing with Mr. Nusrat Beg is going to completely revolutionize this market. What we're going to be doing with social media and webinars. So getting those 3 people involved isn't going to be difficult. Now, do you know all these people that are getting under you or that are being placed under you? You probably don't. But at the end of the day, they're going to help you build that organization because we're all based on group volume. So even if you let's just say, for example, you got Michael and Scotty and Bill on your team, and they went out and recruited themselves a bunch of people that you don't know, you're still going to get the group volume of those people, and you're going to be able to hit that position of financial consultant and get an additional $250 on top of your $100. Now, what's awesome about Tranont is that we do have what's called a Jeep program. Now, our Jeep bonus it's fantastic because now, like I stated previously, if you become a financial consultant, you can get a $250 car bonus. Maybe you don't want a Jeep, and that's fine. You can use that money towards whatever you want. But if you decide to buy yourself a Jeep, lease a Jeep, as long as it's 3 years new, the company will give you an additional $250 and make it a $500 monthly bonus, which is for the Jeep. Now, if your Jeep is less than $500, you're still going to get $500. If your Jeep is over $500, you're still going to get $500. I just want you to understand that all we would need you to do is, have one of these Tranont logos on your car, just to represent the company that you're with. And like we said, we'll provide you an additional $250 for that, and that's awesome. I'm very excited because in our organization right now we have around 12 people that are very, very close to getting this position, to hitting the financial consultant position. So we're very excited that we're going to have more and more Jeeps here in the Chicago market very soon. Now, I'm not going to go over all of these monthly team and retirement bonuses. I just want to share with you that right now we only have one senior vice president in the company, and we have one vice president in the company. So that's how new our company is, and this is practically black and white. So when you see all this information here, I know it might be overwhelming, but those that are interested, just let us know. Write us an email. Mr. Big will let you know how to do that, and we will go over the compensation plan with you. But as you can see here, the team bonuses, you'll see anywhere from $100 up to $25,000. That's up to you. That's up to how much money you want to make. Some people just want to make an additional $100. Some people want to make, an additional $200. It's all up to what you see yourself making. So that's practically my part of what I wanted to talk about today. Like I stated earlier, we do have trainings. We'll help you build and develop your team of associates, and we do have trainings that are going to be regional, national, and a lot of webinars that we're going to be having here soon. So just know that you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. We'll always be here to help you. I'm pretty much just letting everybody know that if you're interested in this business, get involved, get started. We will help you get wherever you want to get as soon as possible. So I'm going to take myself out of this right now, and I'm going to have Mr. Newsrith jump right back in as soon as he gets an opportunity here.
So what I want to echo is the compensation plan. I've been in sales and marketing for the past 6 years for companies, and I haven't seen a compensation plan where they have like a 30% of the revenue, where they're giving away 30% of the revenue. The other thing was, aside from making money on through Tranont as a home business and creating some residual income, I jumped into Tranont because of the $3,000 expense that I was incurring. I'm now collapsing that down to I think it's about $1,500 a year at $125 a month. So it's a huge savings for me just in that already, and also the tools that I'm able to leverage to maximize the current income that my wife and I are bringing in. That by itself allows me to hit my financial goals. Now the icing on the top is the making the extra $500 a month, $1,000 a month, or $5,000, whatever your residual income goal is. That's really that was just icing on the top for me. I'm just sharing with you my personal story. So I just started to dream a little bit about, okay, what can I do with an extra $1,000 a month? And in the chat, if you can tell me what would an extra $1,000 a month do for you, I'd like for you to share that with me and tell me, like, hey, would that help pay off a high interest credit card? Would that help you get to help a family member out, like a parent or a brother or sister? Would that help you put away some money for your college, for your kids' college fund, or basically just have a little bit of cushion in your every month? So really, that's the nice thing about Tranont. Once you understand how to maximize your current income, that's really a huge benefit. And then the icing on the cake is us helping you get some residual income. Now, Arturo talked about some of the sophisticated webinars that we're doing and the support that we're able to provide And what I'm going to touch on that real quick. So, what the pain that I've felt before about network marketing is the fact that you know, it became a full-time job for me. So just like how Arturo is running his business and is just overwhelming and consuming his entire time, that's how network marketing was for me, where I didn't want to go to the malls and talk to people, and I didn't want to go to the coffee shop and stalk people that way. What I wanted to do was really find and attract people that are looking for opportunities to create incomes on the side and have a home business. I mean, there's people that are working 40, 50-hour a week, but they still feel that they can maximize some free time to actually create some residual income. So there are folks out there that are searching for full-time income, part-time passive income or residual income. And if you ever go on Google and search for keywords and terms like how many people are searching for home businesses, you'll see like the number is in the 250,000 to 500,000 searches a month. Now, what Arturo and I are doing, we're going to attract those people to our value proposition of Tranont. Okay, and that's how we're going to grow our team exponentially and support them, not just leave them high and dry. As we're growing our team, we're going to grow leaders as well. So one day we're actually introducing people to like a webinar like this to show them what Tranont is all about. The next part of the marketing, of our plan is to have a leaders training program. Another part of our webinar training is about the actual product, so you actually learn how to use it. And once you learn and know how to use the products, you can actually be excited and speak freely about it. So the way I teach product training to just about anybody, whether you're in sales or an engineer, is actually start using it. So me, as I started using TaxBot, now I'm very excited about it, and I'm actually showing you how to use it and the benefits from it. Okay, and that's what I want to show people on my team, how to use the tools, and so they maximize their income. And then what I want to do is groom them into leaders. And so no matter where your prospects are in the entire U.S. and Canada, where Tranont is currently playing in, you can actually coach them and get their help your downline reach their financial goals. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Arturo and I. If you have been invited by someone else aside from Arturo and I, and if you've been invited by like a Facebook ad, please do contact Arturo or write me an email at nazareth.big. I'm putting it in my chat right now. If you're a guest of someone else that's on the Tranont team, reach out to them and ask them how to get signed up today. All right? What we want to do is help our team grow by supporting them by, if for example, Arturo has a friend somewhere in California and we're both based in Chicago and they need to be introduced to Tranont, this is what the purpose of this webinar is. So we want Arturo's guest to get in touch with Arturo to get signed up. I don't, what we don't want to do is actually have people, contacting me if they've not been invited by me or they did not respond to a Facebook ad sponsored by me. So I'm hoping that this all makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Other than that, if you're ready to sign up, reach out to the person that has invited you to this webinar, and we are very excited about supporting you and your business and getting to your financial goals. Thank you so much for your time. Very grateful for your time this evening. Arturo, if you have any questions, or any other comments, please do fill in.
No, I think we're good. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight, and we'll be doing this every Wednesday at 7 p.m. So invite.
Arturo, I'm going to take a selfie with you on the camera. Give me a second.
Of course you are.
Great. Excellent. You get to see my bald spot, and I get to see your face.
Okay, awesome.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks.
Awesome. So
Art, I'm still on if you want to talk.